Hello YouTube people. So today I had a first. Took my little M92 to the range. I had shot it, I'd put maybe 4 rounds through it. First time I shot it, it would fire once, shot fine, I didn't see anything abnormal, but the second shot, trigger would pull, it would make a click. It appeared to be in full battery, but there would be no primer strike. I thought that was kind of strange, and I thought, well, maybe the bolt is like hanging backwards on maybe the extractor, so it's not fully seating against the barrel. So I did a little filing on that, and I took it to the range today. Put 1 round through it, it jammed in the same way. Thought, well, I'll just try again, and it blew up. Here you can see this is kind of warped, and then this side is like really flared. Already taking this apart to get some pictures, but you can see like the receiver's bulged through here. This is a Nodak spud receiver, and it's an SBR, so I'm really gonna try to salvage that receiver so I don't lose that tech stamp. But see how much gas blew out. I mean, it stretched that dust cover out all the way back here, and it gave me quite a scare. A friend actually caught it on video. It's a cell phone video, so it's not the best, but I was glad it was caught anyway, just so I can review it later. Take this back off. The bolt is currently stuck. I can move the bolt carrier just a little bit, but the bolt doesn't really move. This will move just a bit, and the bolt moves a hair, but not a whole lot. But you can see down in there, like the flipping casing is all mushroomed out. It appears to have fired out a battery, and the casing just exploded. I'm presuming that the rest of the casing is still in the chamber. Won't know until I can get this thing apart, but it's seized up pretty good. I've pulled on this and hit on it some, and you know, it's off the rail a bit because this receiver is bulged, but not quite enough for me to kind of wrench this out sideways without potentially doing some more damage. So yeah, first time having a rifle kaboom on me. 0 out of 10, do not recommend. So yeah, anyway, I'll add some more footage to this later when I get the bolt apart. Update on the Kaboom DK. I got the bolt out. Other than having a bunch of dust and grime and crap on it, it seems fine. I guess it'd help if I put it on the camera. The firing pin still moves freely. The extractor's got a bit of wear on it, but should work fine. I've got other AKs that have much worse looking bolts. The bolt carrier seems fine. I don't see any cracking or any other kind of stress marks on it. No weird discoloration. This is the butt end of the shell. You can see there's a really deep primer strike, which kind of adds to my theory that the shell was out of battery when it went off. So it put enough pressure on it to actually conform the like print the bolt face into the steel of this casing. It's pretty crazy. This is what was actually keeping the bolt from coming back. This was just bent flat and was caught on the trunnion. When you look down in here, of course you can see all the powder and junk from that wolf ammo. It's kind of strange how it swelled. The trunnion has like a bit of painting or something right there. Kind of an odd scratch on the barrel here. Come on, camera, focus. Not sure if that's where the bolt carrier was kind of running into it. And then of course the where the receiver bulged. I'm not entirely sure why it bulged there. I said it's kind of strange, pardon the shaky camera work. I'm trying to look at the gun at the same time I'm filming this, but you can see the case is still up in there. I'll have to get one of those broken shell extractors. I've needed one of those for a long time anyway. The barrel doesn't look like it did any damage. Like, I feel like I can probably salvage this if I figure out what it is that caused these shenanigans. I'm probably going to go ahead and just de-rivet the whole front trunnion and everything, and that way I can reform this receiver properly. Like I said, I've got a tag stamp on this thing, so I really don't want to lose this receiver, and I got quite a bit of work putting this trunnion on and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I guess I can reuse that on another gun, but yeah, mostly tag stamp. Don't want to lose that. But yeah, like if you look down the barrel, see if I can, some decent light there. It's still nice and shiny and doesn't look crazy or anything. The case is obviously stuck in it, but doesn't appear to be any bulging or anything on this side. This side seems perfectly fine. It's just this area where it bulged. Again, I found that really strange. Just because it seems like most of those gases and stuff would have been hitting like right here on the trunnion instead of the receiver, but who knows. I'll put the pictures and stuff up on some forums and see if those more experienced than I can determine further what may have went wrong. Also, this stupid magazine release pin. I've had problems with that since the first day of getting this thing back. I'll go ahead and get a new pin for that. But anyway, the barrel pin is still in. All the rivets are still in. I mean, as far as failures go, this is about as optimal of a failure as you can get. I wasn't harmed. I got some powder thrown in my face and arms and all over, but that's important reason to always wear eye protection, which I was doing and was very glad for. And also the spectator that was filming was wearing eye protection, so take a safety moment and remind everybody to do that so you don't lose your flipping eyesight if your AK explodes. Anyway, thank you for your time. I'll post updates along until I get this guy running again, and then hopefully post some videos of me actually having a good time with it. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Alright, it's been a few days since the last time I worked on this, but I got my broken shell extractor in, and was able to get this out of the chamber. Doesn't appear to have been any damage to the chamber after inspecting it, but yeah. Steel case just blew right in half. It's kind of strange how it has that dip in it, but I was able to get that out of the barrel. Let's see if I've started taking this apart, but I figured out what the problem is. I talked to several people online. A lot of people said, you know, maybe Headspace. After seeing this, looking at some of my other AKs, I was kind of suspect of that as well, because generally I've not seen the barrel still protruding out of the trunnion there. And then also notice there's a gap there between this part of the feed ramp and the barrel, so a suspect of that, but I couldn't test it until I got that case out. Sure enough, that's what the problem is. So a friend let me borrow his go, no-go gauges. I know a lot of people have different ways of testing this, but you see, this is the no-go with the red. Like the bolt shouldn't be able to close, but not only does it close, but there's like enough gap there that you could put just about any. I mean, not quite a 308, but there's just a huge amount of slop. I really don't know what happened here to allow that to get past. I didn't build this. I had somebody build it for me. I should have checked the headspace, but just didn't. I just kind of assumed it was fine. As you see, even with another bolt, you know, it closes all the way and has all that slop. So I really don't know what happened there. Just in case you're not familiar with how the headspace and such is supposed to work, especially with these gauges. There's another barreled trunnion from a parts kit I've got. You can see this one, like, that's as far as it goes. You know, it's no-go. That the bolt won't close, which is how it's supposed to be. With the go gauge in, it'll, you know, lock all the way over like it's supposed to. But I tried all three bolts in this rifle, and all three of them close with plenty of slop. So anyway, that's what the problem is. It effectively did fire out a battery because there was so much gap in the headspace that it allowed it to just blow up. So there's a little lesson in why headspace is important, and if you build a rifle, you should definitely check that. And also, if you have one built by someone else, regardless of what they tell you, check the headspace. Preferably check it with a couple of different bolts, and you know, find the one that if you have multiple bolts, you know, find one that'll close on the go gauge, and the more not sure the best way to word it, the more not closey that the no gauge is, the better, in my opinion. Most likely, if it's just a little bit, it probably wouldn't matter. But if it's like this one, where there's, you know, 2 millimeters worth of slop, even with the no-go, don't shoot it. Otherwise, it'll blow up, and you'll be forced to go through this same stuff. I've got another barrel here, so I'm gonna push this barrel out and start over. I'll finish that barrel and press it in and fix the receiver and rivet it back together, and hopefully another month or so, as I have time, this thing will be ready to shoot. Hopefully this will be educational for some people. Not a whole lot of videos on YouTube about headspace in relation to the failure that it can cause, that I've seen anyway. So maybe you'll learn something. I learned something. So documenting this is for me as much as anybody else. Thank you for your time. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them.